Today I wanted to talk about breathing, why breathing matters, and how we use the breath in Pilates to help deepen the work and improve the effectiveness and efficiency of what happens through our body overall. Joseph Pilates uses breath as the #1 principle. So if we're watching a client and there's something that's gone a little bit sideways, say with the movement, and we're not getting exactly what we want, one of the first things we do is we look at, is the client breathing? So first principle in Pilates. It's also the first principle in life. It's what gives us life, and it's what ends our life. Joseph Pilates would say it's not a matter of breathing, we call that respiration, but it's a matter of breathing well. So a lot of people just are involved in what we call respiration, where they're breathing, because if we weren't breathing, we wouldn't be here on the planet, but are we actually breathing effectively such that it serves our body in the beautiful way in which breath can? So breathing improves circulation. Our brain needs 75% of the oxygen that we bring into our body. So when we're breathing well, we're actually able to feed our brain with oxygen. Breathing is what connects our brain to our body. When we breathe with movement, it's our body's way, or our brain's way of telling our body that we are in active participation in the work. So breathing brings oxygen, it brings nutrition, and it brings circulation to our body. It also brings connection and awareness from our mind to our body. When we inhale, it helps to activate the upper core or diaphragm, which actually increases the heart rate. It allows our lungs to fill with oxygen, where the blood flow comes from the lungs as we exhale to the heart, so the heart can be the pump that moves the blood through. As we exhale, when we exhale, we naturally activate our deep-rooted core mechanism muscles that you might know as pelvic floor, transverse abdominis, internal obliques. So those muscles activate to move the air out of our body such that we exhale CO2. What a lot of people don't know is that breath is actually involved in weight loss. So when we are releasing fat from our body, that fat primarily is released through our exhale. So when we breathe and we move and we're looking to release body fat, the breath is really critical in that. Breath brings alertness into our body. It helps us to wake up, but the breathing also helps to calm our body and reduce stress and anxiety. A breathing where we inhale and exhale on the same tempo, ideally an inhale for 5, and then an exhale for 5, it stimulates a nerve called our vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is one of the biggest powerful nerves in our body that runs from our brainstem all the way through our body, breaks off into tentacles such as the vagus nerve impacts all of our body. When it is stimulated, it's stimulated through good breathing. It helps with rest and digest. It helps with our digestive system. It helps with restoration. It helps to calm our body. It helps with elimination. It reduces our stress, anxiety, and if you're dealing with things like addiction, it also helps to calm those cravings. If we are not breathing efficiently and the vagus nerve is understimulated, that's what leads to all of the other things: stress, anxiety, overstimulation of the adrenals, overstimulation of the sympathetic nervous system, and that's usually when we feel like we're stressed out or we're overwhelmed. And so know that when you're feeling those things, that's just your body saying you need to breathe. So now we're going to go through some breathing techniques that I invite you to do along with me. Now these can be done sitting in a comfortable chair. They can be done lying on a mat. I'm going to do mine on a melt roller, and so if you do have a foam roller at home, I invite you to push pause and go and get the roller. You can do it on top of the roller. But again, you can do this just lying flat on the floor or sitting comfortably in a chair. So we're going to lie on the roller lengthwise. You're going to bring your hip down to the bottom of the roller. You're going to stabilize the roller with your hand. The other hand goes to the floor. You simply lift your hip up, plant your hands and feet so you're stable, and you're going to roll all the way down onto the roller. If you're on the roller, you're just going to start with a little bit of gentle rocking. If you're lying down on the floor or you're sitting in a chair, I'd like you just to focus on planting your feet and feeling centered in your body. So now everybody, we're going to take one hand and place it on your chest and one hand and place it on your belly. And we're going to do what's called a 3D breath breakdown. And we want to focus first on the inhale. As you take a slightly longer than normal inhale, I'd like you to focus on breathing depth into your body. So what that means, as you inhale, visualize the front ribs expanding to the ceiling and the back ribs expanding down to the roller or the floor or the back of your chair. So we'll do 3 like that. Inhale. And then just exhale. Inhale. Focus on breathing depth into your body. And exhale. And one more time. And exhale. Now place your hands on your side rib cage, and as you inhale, I'd like you to focus on breathing width into your body, into your rib cage. So as you take a slightly longer than normal inhale, visualize your rib cage moving east and west of your belly button. Allow your ribs to fill your hands, and then exhale, feel how the ribs close and gently draw down. Inhale, breathing width into your body. And exhale, let the ribs just gently draw in and down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Next, you can take one hand and place your fingers just below your collarbone, right on the collarbone, and then the other hand down towards your pubic bone. This time as you inhale, I'd like you to focus on breathing length into your body. So what that feel looks like is visualizing as you inhale your collarbone moving north of your belly button and your pubic bone moving south of your belly button. And then exhale. And again, inhale, collarbone moves north of your belly button, pubic bone moves south. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Feeling the length arriving to your body, and exhale. So now you place both hands on your belly, and we now want to bring all that together into what we call a 3D breath. So as you inhale, you want to visualize all 3 movements happening in equal timing. So you'll breathe in depth, width, and length, and really feeling that belly rising as you inhale. Allow that movement through your ribs like a barrel is expanding in all directions. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So what the inhale does is it brings expansiveness. The inhale brings space into your body. And so when there's pain or there's feeling restrictions, allowing the inhale to really breathe and open up your rib cage, your belly, and that space between your collarbone and your pubic bone. Now we want to focus on the exhale. So the exhale brings stability and control into our body. So if you place your hands on your belly, fingers towards your pubic bone, we're going to use sound to create a vibration which helps to stimulate the activation of the deep-rooted core. The first sound will be a shh. The second will be an SE, like you're breathing air out of a tube. And the third will be a and as you exhale and make that sound, just allow your hands to follow the natural movement of your abdomen. The sensation may be a drawing up and in of your belly. So let's do this together. Is your first sound. Inhale. And as you exhale, and you may have noticed how your abdominals start to pull in. And it's almost this natural drawing in and hugging and stabilizing of your organs and your spine. Now we'll make an SE sound. Inhale. And exhale. And now HA. Inhale. And exhale. Now you may have noticed a deeper activation on one of those three sounds. So this time you're going to exhale and make one of those three sounds that you felt the greatest response, the drawing in and the hugging. For me, it was the SH. For you, it might have been one of the others. So take a breath in and exhale. Good. Now we're going to exhale and see if you can, without making a sound, find that same activation of your deep-rooted core. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now we're going to straighten the leg out if you're on the roller. If you're on your mat, you're just going to roll onto your side. Good. And if you just came off, everybody will roll onto your side and push yourself up to a seated position. So that is what we call a 3D breath breakdown. And it's taking the inhale and focusing on getting that mobility through the rib cage, such as you get strength and activation of the diaphragm, stimulation of the vagus nerve, mobility of your rib cage, so that we can really take a good breath to get our body full of oxygen. As you exhale, and create that drawing in of the belly, you get the activation of the deep-rooted core mechanism, which engages those core muscles to help push the air out, but also brings stability and control into your torso. So I recommend that you redo this video every day until your next appointment, if you're in your jump start. And then over time, you'll be able to just do that 3D breath and the exhale to get yourself connected. So I hope you find that helpful. If you have any questions, drop me a note. In the meantime, keep practicing your 3D breath breakdown.